Bonjour. Do you want to speak with confidence and connect with your audience on a deeper level? Imagine using your body language to amplify your message and make an unforgettable impact. Whether you're speaking in front of 5 or 1,000 people, mastering your hand gesture and body language can make all the difference. So stick with me until the end of this video, where I will share special technique to elevate your public speaking, and also stick until the end for bonuses. Bonjour. My name is Raphael and I'm a professional actor with over 14 years of experience on stage, series or movies, and today I'm here to help you to communicate with more confidence. So let's talk about the essential hand gestures. Show the number. Whenever you're talking about numbers, always try to show the number with your hand. The third technique, the second technique, the first technique, the second one, the third one. It is such a powerful tool to anchor the information to your audience and make it more visual. Show, don't tell. Try to be the painter in your audience mind. It's a simple yet very powerful way to make your message memorable. So one of the most powerful hand gesture from my point of view is the heart gesture. When you discuss something personal or emotional, you should remember about this very powerful hand gesture. If you say, this story is something very personal, I would love to share with you. And you can place one hand saying this is a very personal story or this is a very emotional moment. You can place also the two hands. I prefer having one hand free so I can at the same time speak and talk about why this is so important. Let me show you without the hand. This project really means a lot to me. It's totally changed my life. And if I tell you now with the hand gestures, like this project really means a lot to me. It's something that I never thought that is going to be possible. Can you see the impact? Even my voice changed, the tone of my voice, just doing the hand gesture, and you're gonna notice that with all the hand gesture. If I told you, this is so important, you have to remember that. Even the energy you're gonna put in your sentences is gonna be different. So gesturing towards your heart, create a stronger emotional connection with your audience. This is called the palm open gesture. When you open your palm when you speak, it shows honesty and it helps you build connection with your audience. You have nothing to hide, you know? Let me show you one quick example, showing you without the open palm gestures and with the open palm gestures. If I say, hello, my name is Raphael, I'm a professional actor for over 14 years. Look at the difference. If I say, hello, my name is Raphael, I'm a professional actor for over 14 years. Just the way I use my hand is gonna impact my voice, my tonality. I hope you can see the difference. This is huge. So now let's talk about the leveler gesture, palm down. So for example, use it when you want to deliver a key message and you are saying, for example, I'm certain about this. I am so certain about this. But don't use it when you ask your audience if they have any question. Don't you have any questions, guys? No, do it with the open palms. Like, do you have any question, guys? You see the difference? This is huge. The blamer gesture, it can be seen as very aggressive. You know, what are you doing? You should never do that. Do you understand? Do you understand that? You know, try not to be too aggressive, and you can add another fingers or do with all your fingers like politicians. So sometimes you should definitely keep your hands at rest. It can be a rest pose. You have the can technique where you take a glass and you try to imitate the way you are. That's why when you are in a party, when you are with a beer, you feel maybe a bit more confident just having something in your hands. So it can be the rest pose, and even having your hands along your body like that. It can feel weird, but you know, it can also be an option. So try to work on the way you feel better having a rest pose with your hands, and try to find how, you know, it can feel good for you. So you have the precision hand gesture. I really love this hand gesture. This is very powerful. You place your thumb and index together and you can say, for example, this is exactly how we should do it. Imagine if I say without hand gesture, this is exactly how we should do it. Even for me, it's more difficult to remember the words. But if I say, this is exactly how we should do it, see how powerful it is? How the message is clearer for you? We should always use hand gestures. and sometimes we shouldn't. So the precision gesture communicate careful thought and exactness, making your point appear more deliberate and meaningful. So now the bonus section. Let me share the INSPIRE acronym. The I is for intentional gestures, okay? The N is for the number gestures. So for example, number 1, I want you to remember that. Number 2, do you remember number 2? Number 3, does it look weird when I show you number 5 with my hand and I say number 3 with the words? What the one does, how can I say, what is the one that make more impact to you? I would say if I tell you number 1 and you are looking in my hand and I say number 1, normally you're gonna think number 5. So P for palm open. You have nothing to hide. Show your palm. Open your palm to your audience, to your friends, to the world. Be open. The I is for impact gestures, like the heart gesture. This is such a powerful gesture when you talk about something that is very close to your heart or something, a moment when you're in your speech, when you are vulnerable or you have emotions. This moment was such a big shift in my life. I really thought is gonna be the darkest, I try to show you an example, but if you speak about something emotional, just having this very powerful gesture and delivering your speech with authenticity when you are talking about something emotional, is gonna help you to connect with your audience. If you say, this was one of the darkest moments in my life, I didn't know what to do. Of course, don't stay with your hand or your 2 hands in your heart for like 5 minutes. It's gonna be weird. Just be for a few seconds, 3-4 seconds, 5 max, I would say, and you can really say your lines or your speech, what you want to deliver to your audience. And you have the resting gestures. This is a very important gestures to master. Sometimes it can feel weird if you don't do anything with your hands, but sometimes, just having your hands like that can be fine, not for too long, but you have so many different types of resting gestures. This one is very good. So you can try with a glass to have this resting pose. When you're at a party and you have a can or a glass in your hand, you feel a bit more confident. There's something about that, right? So try to imitate this pose with a glass or a can to try to find your resting gestures. And the last letter, the E, is for eye contact. This is so important. You have all the letters for INSPIRE. It's gonna help you with this acronym to remember the important point of your hand gesture journey, and try the acronym INSPIRE in your next talk and see the difference. So yeah, really try to learn all the hand gestures you can, and it's gonna be such a huge difference in the way you speak. You can so dividing option with your hand, saying option A, option B. If I do without my hand and I say on one hand we could go to Paris, on the other hand we could go to London. On one hand we could go to Paris, on the other hand we could go to London. And we had to decide. Can you see the difference? This is huge. Let's talk about some head and eye gestures that you should definitely remember. So first, you should never touch your face, because touching your face can signal dishonesty or nervousness. And studies show that people who lie tend to touch their face or their nose, which lower credibility. So please, avoid to touch your face when you're talking, or if you're talking about a point you want to say, I was always scratching my nose, why not? But instead, don't touch your face because it's gonna lower your credibility. Don't look down, because looking down can signal insecurity or a lack of confidence. Keep your chin up and have a gentle gaze with your eyes. Maintain eye contact, because eye contact builds trust and engagement. Maintain a gentle gaze and try to really avoid to look at the floor. This is really bad. It's really something you should avoid. And looking at the ceiling, it can be a very quick look. Sometimes it can be interesting with a smile. And you look back at the audience, you build back this connection. It's really important to really keep in contact and have a gentle gaze. Never stay too long looking at one person for 1 minute. It's gonna be maybe a bit weird, but try to have 3-5 seconds looking at someone. Then you can look at someone else and another spot. So really have this gentle gaze and don't look at the floor, and avoid to look too long, at the ceiling, because you're gonna lose the connection. And looking up can sometimes indicate that you're recalling a memory about your family, your grandmother, a moment you had with your sister or your brother. So you can, but try to don't break this connection with the audience for too long. So you can, a funny memory after you connect back with the audience. Remember, hand gestures should feel natural and help enhance your message. By mastering your hands and eyes gestures, you will communicate with more confidence and clarity, and also your message will be 10 times, 100 times, I would say, will have more impact on your audience. And again, show, don't tell. Be the painter, and your audience mind is the canvas. So please try these important techniques and let me know in the comment how they help you in your daily communication, or if you had an important speech to do on stage. I really would love to know how they could help you in your daily life. And also let me know what is your favorite technique. If it was the number technique, the second one, the third one, the fourth, the fifth. So thank you for watching the video. And if you like, please subscribe to the channel, video coming every week. You can also click on the like button or the dislike if you don't like. You have the choice. And thank you again. À très vite. Et voilà, à bientôt for the next video.